session, which is tomorrow. And the person that I'm going to profile is a currently working doctor who's from Nigeria. And I learned to pronounce his name today. His name is Dr. Fasulu Fakareti. Now, I'm going to be saying that in my head all day today and all day tomorrow. So I'm super excited about that. Okay, so we are doing the Voice Celestial. We are starting a new chapter today. We are on chapter 3. It's not like we're that far into the book, so there's like 15 or so chapters. So we got a ways to go. This one is about 20 pages, 20 pages. So, but I'm going to do the housekeeping first. All I mean by housekeeping, just reminding you, Creative Life Spiritual Center. The website is creativelife.org. The constant contact email, info@creativelife.org. That will get you 1 email a week, unless something unusual happens, and the hot links are hot. And nobody else will see your email, so, because it's a blind CC. So, and then the social medias, because we don't monetize our social medias. So what we ask you to do is, depending on the platform, like, subscribe, follow, share, comment. It bumps us in the algorithms, and we think we have good tools to share. I mean, heck, I'm reading you poetry, right? So that is where we are. And, so I think that's the housekeeping. So let's get on with this. We have moved on to chapter 3. Chapter 3 is Faith and Hope. I'm going to remind you there are 4 voices. The 4 voices are the fair, that is me and you, the scribe, describing the situation, the presence, and then the ancient masters. So chapter 3 is Faith and Hope, and it starts off with, your prayer is a seed which, strewn upon the soil of all creative mind, must grow for you a harvest like the seed. If then your prayer affirms your doubt, declares your lack of faith, and loudly claims there is no love, why then your prayer will justify your faith in nothing. From nothing, nothing comes. Okay? So that's the little intro that goes with this rather interesting graphic. So we are going to start Faith and Hope with the scribe. His hope lay dead against the farer's heart, full lost the vanished dreams, for so it seemed in retrospect. The presence came no more. The bleakness of the afterglow was like the coldness of a desert night. A dark, unbroken stillness rolled across his soul, as is its wont when once the vision fades from him who for a moment looks enthralled into infinity and sees the whole in light and love ineffable, and then is plunged into the deeper dark again. How dread the night, how lost the soul appears, when faith is gone and hope rejects our tears. The farer. Thou art gone, and through all the lonely reaches of my aching thoughts, I seek out each shining memory of you. How empty the world. I grieve, and yet I know somehow the years will pass. The pendulum of the universe will sweep its inexorable beat across the tide of space. The galaxies grown old, so old their suns will have turned to unreflecting moons. Then, O heavenly then, in the dusk of a dying world, I will go seeking thee, calling thy name, down the long echoing corridors of infinity until I find thee, or until I know thou hast forgotten the beloved name I gave thee here, or hast forgotten me. No matter, if the empty corridors give back no voice, save endless mockery of my calling. No matter if the heartless reach of space remains a vast and lonely emptiness, as empty as my heart. No matter if no voice returns a joyous answer to my call, still will I love thee. I will love thee still. The scribe. Upon these words, the presence reappeared. The presence. At last, you have unbarred the gate to me, through which I could not pass, your mind too full of doubt. The farer. I yearn for faith, but in my heart I know not even hope. Whence do they come and how? The presence. Against the lonely seasons of despair and wintry wastes of utter unbelief, the love of God prepares a reservoir and fills it full. So full it overflows and sweeps away despair. This is the pool of some deep inner knowing soul wisdom, God's substance, primal as the self. The farer. I do not know of what you speak. Whence cometh hope, or to what end doth come? The presence. Out of his wondrous wisdom, God designed a way to meet the yearning of the mind, a way of hope, the first steps for the blind, to lead a man's stumbling feet along the path that skirts the swamps of hopelessness and wrath, and through the floods of doubt, or up the slopes to the high plateaus of faith and dearer hopes. Though he gave man the power to make his choice of good or ill, he listens for the voice of those who cry to him amidst their trials deep, and sets out stars to guide the wandering sheep, or send them shepherds and avatars to prove that none are lost who seek the Father's love. The fair. I am as one who sleeps beyond the hour of dawn and cannot wake to the glory of the morn. The presence. How often men fail to wake and be aware, and knowing not of God, they would despair, save for the rays of hope that strike their eyes and bid them ope to the view of their paradise. The night of darkness, darkest doubt and fear shall pass, and you shall wake when the shadows on the grass are but reminders that the night is done, with golden glory streaming from the sun. The farer. Indeed, O presence, what thou hast seen from higher view, I have at times found true upon the lower sphere. For there were moments of my very own when hope newborn did lift me from the depths of doubt and give me wings to soar and soar. And at such an hour I almost heard, or thought I heard, a voice that answered me. But then I fell down to the depths again, and no response was made to my despairing cry. Oh me, I heard alone the echo of my cry. I asked for forgiveness for my grief, and yet, alas, I cannot weep. I have no tears. The hidden stream of life again is dry, like desert wastes, so lone and bleak and bare. Make plain to me, O blessed one from heaven, can this be true? Is there a lamp whose light can never die, whose flowing oil is from within and upward rises at the cry for help that hope has uttered in its hour of need? The presence. The need of man is ever met. It lies within. When God made man, he made him well. He did not fumble with the clay, and having made the lamp, prepared for it a reservoir drawn from the infinite. from the infinite supply. Celestial oil forever flows. Have, then, refresh hope, and with your hope have faith. With faith, for faith is inner knowing, assurance, deep that you have filled your lamp, and so the light must shine when once you light the wick. Or you may think of faith in terms of seed. Know this, that seed and harvest are the same. Seed does not weep in fear lest it shall bear no fruit. When harvest comes, the sower in the spring fares forth without fear, and every path bears witness to its end. The goal is sure. The farer. But still there is no sun. I walk in fear beneath a cloud of sand while darkness falls. My burnished hope is vanquished by my doubt and casts no glow reflected from above, while peace and joy lay prostrate, even dead. The presence. Yet in your mind have you no doubt of doubt? Have you no hope in hope, or even faith? In faith, as though your groping hand might grasp another hand. All is not dark. Look up. The farer. Thou hast a strange, uncanny sight, and thou dost give me words to say that I myself would not have skill to say. For even when my grief is deep, and I am wrapped in robes of darkest hue, I sometimes feel that just behind the cloud of my unknowing, still a clearer vision might discern a star of hope and follow through the dark. At such an hour, the eastern sky shows dawn, and our beloved, and out beyond the shores of time, I see, or seem to see, eternal light. For that for a moment shows to me the path across the dark abyss. The presence. These fleeting moments have been given as beams of light from earth to heaven. Just as one ray the sun reveals, one flash of vision oft unseals the tight closed door that stands between two worlds, one seen and one unseen, and men for just one moment see how time can pierce eternity and can from heaven filch the fire that satisfies the soul's desire. The farer. Oh, that I might but have the vision given to see through nature into heaven, and stand assured, if so it be, if I see God, that he sees me. If it be true that I have wrought through faith a view of him I sought, does he know me or know me not? The presence. The soul of all does in himself know all. There is one power, and he forever stands, and like a mighty ocean holds, within the changeless, self-existent sea, all living things, all substance, and all form. And human life, like mist, comes forth, takes shape, and for a time appears to live apart. And so, in ignorance, rejects the source from which it came. But all the time, like you, the stream of life is yearning for the cosmic sea, all unaware, save a flash of faith that even now it hastens to that sea. The story with the farer, which I'm reminding you, the farer is you and me, okay? So the farer. What then, O presence, luminous, what then? When once the presence, When once returned, the drop remains the drop. The self remains a self and coexists with all the selves and with the whole. And so, eternally, each shares the essence and partakes in counterpart and in reaction with the whole. The Fair. This still remains a mystery, remote. I weary of the futile quest and toil of life. Oh, tell me, presence, fairer than the morning, how can I find a larger, deeper hope that will mature in faith? The faith that knows that even now the union is complete between the whole and the part. For I am lured by the memory of that small vision which I had and which already fades. My yearning swells to sorrow in my breast. I suffocate with grief. I pray thee, answer me. The Presence. Take comfort, friend, in this. Creator God himself does act by faith. For where no will or power exists beside his own, he does decree and knows by faith that his creative word does bear within itself the fruit which will appear at length in action and in form. It is by faith that God himself creates. And you can have faith. The Fair. How then shall I acquire this faith, that I may find within myself the living spring that flows through time into eternal life? The Presence. Well have you spoken and inquired, and I shall answer and will show the way by which your seed of faith may grow and blossom and bear fruit. And first I ask you this, recall how few there are who speak in terms and language of the higher sphere. Do thou begin with speech, the speech of heaven, and know that even now you have the power through love and speech to thus affect in some small way that which has yet to come. This gives you more than hope. It gives you power to know and to believe. And this faith is faith. And this belief is faith. And since by faith all things are made, your word creates what you believe. And knowing this, your faith will grow larger. But larger still your union with that all-sustaining whole. For life decrees and all its laws are set, that nothing can resist the consummation of freedom born in union with the whole, nor change one whit man's final evolution. And hope and faith uniting into good shall speak the language of eternal word. When joy and love and peace shall thus unite in speech, they will drain down from heaven itself that which is isolated intellect does not perceive, accept, or understand, but held upon the outer rim alone lacks that which is more deep and penetrating. The Fairer. O Presence, grant me this larger good, that I may grasp and hold within my mind the wonders of this vision you have told, and bear to earth sweet messages from heaven, the answer to its long, sad years of waiting. The endless ages have both come and gone amid a desert long bereft of rain, nor branches from the tree of life give shade. For men of earth do crave the life by God possessed, that doubt may not assault them. Oh, once again, I pray, Celestial One, impress upon my deep remembrance the wonders of the things you have revealed, so that the dead in faith shall rise in truth, the destitute in hope shall sing again, and the chains be struck off all the feet of pain. O friend who reads the mind of God, tell me from whence you yourself have come, what part you share within the universal. Your words are true, and when you speak, my life again renews. And all the stars that throng the Milky Way break forth in Vedic song as they did sing when earth, newborn, broke through the cosmic cloud. What is it that thou art? Thy gracious face exalts my soul. Thou art so very near that with my hand I might reach out to touch the light that clothes thy form in silver white and casts a halo around thy head. The presence. I do not stand, my friend, unmoved by your desire, but even gods cannot be heard by ears untuned to higher speech. For those who hear not save sound as from a foreign tongue, until the soul is tuned to inner speech. Wait, work, believe, and when the hour has struck, true wisdom shall appear, and you shall know that which I am, and whence both you and I have come, and whither we are bound. Stay not your search, but seek the heavenly bread that feeds the desert soul, and the wine of life that slakes the thirst, but does not drown the sense. For he who drinks need never empty out the cup from which he drinks. It ever fills from sources vaster, far than space, more deep than are the wells of time. This I assure. The Farer. Your words are richer plumbed than are the birds of paradise, and are as lovely winged with flashing thoughts in heavenly flight. Yet do I fear that they would blind and not reveal to mortal sight, and so would be rejected. Alas, how easy to reject. The presence. You speak inspired, for you have reached a point where you behold men as they are, and not what they have claimed to be. From higher view, man is an angel fallen out of grace, but from below, a beast who vainly strives to rise out of the mire. And those who see the man as clay have worsted all the best and bid him pass from dust to dust. There is a field of higher consciousness, as simple as the air man breathes. By it, he is surrounded everywhere, and too it is within, breath of his breath. So God in him and he in God exist as one. The total power of all abides in each. No attribute by God possessed is disposed in man. At every point within the cosmic whole exists the power in fullness of the all. The Farer. In this I have no faith. I know too well the evil in the dark caves of my mind, where ghosts of memory with bat-like wings do flutter in the blackness of despair. Truth is not there, nor God, nor any good. The presence. Yet have you not at times from tortured dreams awakened in the soft, sweet light of the day and laughed when you recalled illusions stretched across the canopy of night? So let it be with memories that cloud the mind and heart. For he who looks into the mirror of the past can only see the ghosts of yesterday. Unreal to him who looks into the mirror of today, the evil shades that haunt your fearful mind. Do not confirm a vacuum in good, but rather prove an eye bewitched by doubt, until you cannot see the beauty close behind. The green scum lying on the pond scowls at the sun and hides the crystal depths, and thinks to seize the beams of the day and hold, nor mirror back again. Yet all the while a deeper urge divine stirs in the pool, and rising parts the filth, and forth appears the lily, fairest of the flowers, and rich in fragrance and in bloom. It blows its perfumed breath across the water, across the waste, and gathering all the sunbeams in its breast, it glows in simple beauty and content. Within its humble sphere, no less is man. With the Farer. I have, O blessed one, no faith that I do not bear such such beauty in myself. There is no soul within the blended walls of space with wit to comprehend arcana such as this. You speak in riddles and in mysteries so deep. The presence. A mystery is a mystery alone. To him who it is a mystery, the short-limbed dwarf with eye below the level of the wall proclaims it in strident tones. There are no blooms beyond, there is no fruit. The smaller he, the louder is his voice. Life is unreal to him who sleeps, and love cannot be known by him who does not love. Too oft are you betrayed by inconclusive proof, a path that ends in an abyss so deep. The Farer. I do revere thy words, and yearn to get this truth within my mind, to soar beset by memories of seer on seer on seer, who set all babbling in my ear. The wise and otherwise oft invoke the God whom others wise proclaim a joke. Successive seers the others God defame, that God a devil now, but keeps its name. And man himself most truly is enslaved by the same creed through which he once was saved, until in wonderment I greatly fear that they have sold salvation far too dear. The presence. You have a bitter wit. The Farer. Then it is bittersweet, for it is sweet with truth. How can the wise or otherwise find souls that have been lost? If they be lost, then they are truly lost. Oh, hang on. I'm going to try that one again. Let's start with the Farer. Then it is bittersweet, for it is sweet with truth. How can the wise or otherwise find souls that have been lost? If they be lost, then are they truly lost? Nor wit nor art of man can find in time or timeless space that which is not, or give it any meaning. What is salvation if the soul be gone? From what to what can it be saved? And who shall be the Savior? I still will ask you, though still I doubt, for deep within my heart I yearn for light upon these mysteries. The presence. The world phenomenal is but the face or image of the soul of things. We trace the forms we see, the visible, and make our judgments by appearances. We take the insect and dissect its limbs to find its structure, but fail to search for mind. A tree has soul. What tales the leaves could tell. 'Twas on a tree that final rout of hell was won by him who taught the truth, that we must pierce the form to find reality. Not dead the maid, not dead is Lazarus. Forgive their sins and let them come to us. Know this, for nothing greater can be shown. Your world reflects what in yourself is known. No bound is set by fate, and its decrees can force no stalwart to his knees. Horizons widen, soften, disappear, and fall away as you draw near. As you expand, the circle too expands. All fields lie fallow into your hands. A wall is a mirage, a thing of naught. Its only threat is in your thought. For if the point of view be from the sky, both sides alike are open to the eye. Appearances deceive. The nothing seems a something in your frightened dreams. Discard the haunting memories that seem to fill your mind as in an evil dream. No hand of God, no memory, no chance can do you ill nor force your circumstance. The Farer. Is there not need of intercession then? Can one be saved unless a Savior come? The Presence. All Saviors are illumined ones who do not pay a debt for sin, but point a way. Salvation is to know but God alone. He is the one and only light of truth. Too oft is light deflected and distort by mirror minds which dazzle and confuse. It is from claims by those who do not see that man is plunged into the great abyss. The Farer. And what is this, I pray? The Presence. This is the great abyss that man is lost, in doubt and emptiness beyond all speech, distraught by solitude he cannot bear. Each carves an image to conform to that which he conceives, from what he hears, and this he worships as the real, and thus creates the phantom from which at length he seeks escape. The Farer. You speak mostly truly as to me, but what, most gracious Presence, is the end? Is there some hope that something shall survive from this? Presence. Had men but bent their steps as they have bent their knees unto the lesser gods, they might have reached those lofty peaks whereon the higher gods are found. Who shall unfold his highest self shall closer come to that which is both real and best. The Farer. Whom you call lesser, who are these? The Presence. They are the vision of the highest good that man perceives. The finger pointing on the movement of the cosmic mind is like a stream whose ocean lies beyond, and he who will unfold his best today will someday pour into the cosmic sea. Put, first of all, resentment from thy heart. Lo, giving and forgiving are one act. For he who does forgive has entered in the heart of the forgiven. Love's circle runs about them both, and he who seeks forgiveness is also the forgiven. The Farer. My heart confirms this mystery, and I would sometimes like to hear the virtuous man who asks before the shrine in earnest prayer, forgive me. my transgressions, gracious Lord. Pray also this, with equal grace, O God, forgive my virtues too. Let virtue be no outer grown with wide phylacteries, but graciousness that lifts the hope and faith of those who stand with downcast heart and face. The presence. He who exalts the saddened heart exalts his God and proves once more that worship is the act of worshiping his God. That worship is the act of acting as his God would act. And so the humble do possess an equal greatness with the great. Who loves the good creates the greater good. Who loves the least has lost the most. He is but dead who does not love at all. The world is saved by love and not by thought. For prayer itself is first of all self-giving. The Farer. How hopeless is my fate! I have not reached a plane of love impersonal as this. I fiercely crave a love that gives me all. Can I return to that which has not been given? How often have I flung my prayers upon the empty void and hoped for love? The presence. Such prayers as yours might better not be prayed. If you have filled your speech with cries of doubt, if you have said, I am in pain, O Lord, deliver me, there is no hope, and so I come to thee in deep despair. There is no love for me on all the earth. The Farer. What better prayer than prayer to fill my need? The Presence. Your prayer is seed, which strewn upon the soil of all creative mind must grow for you a harvest like the seed. If then your prayer affirms your doubt, declares your lack of faith, and loudly claims that there is no love, why then your prayer will justify your faith in nothing. From nothing, nothing comes. The Farer. Quite suddenly in grief, I realize that I have worshipped unbelief, allowed belief to die. My faith was faith in doubt. My dreams were dreams of fear. Belief in unbelief has brought my failure here. What can I do to grow more faith and find some way to soothe my anguishment of mind? The Presence. No better way can be than that you share what faith you have with those who need such care and have still less of hope and faith. Though dim your torch is, it still may light the lamp of him who has a greater need, and from your faint belief his soul may flare into a saint. The grace with which you act, the love displayed, will raise men's faith in love, and by such aid they will be healed. So seeing others healed, your grain of faith becomes a harvest field, and you shall reap what you yourself have sown, a greater faith which then becomes your own. Wow. The Farer. Your words are life. Your love has lifted me to mountain peaks of hope, and I can see beyond the small horizon of today, and what I could not see, I now can feel. This is the wine of life to me the blood of consecrated love, and it is bread which I shall eat, that I may satisfy my hungry soul. And I who dwelt in want shall throw my begging bowl away, and cry to every longing soul, there is enough and more for all, and gifts of hope and faith I freely give to you. Take, eat, and so be satisfied. The presence. Well spoken. Who imparts his little wisdom grows thereby still more. The fair. But more than all, I yearn to lift my voice in prayer to God. Teach me what I should say to help myself or others on the way. The presence. True prayer is not petition, but perception, oft clothed in affirmation and rejection. With all your mind and all your faith intense, reject the evidence of outer sense. One good affirmed will drive 10 evils out. One man with God will put all hell to rout. There is one only way, the final goal, which meets the needs of the body and the soul. That man, the cosmic source and center find within himself, but deeper than his mind. Then learn to pray the prayer of recognition that finds the truth behind the superstition. For what is life if man is unaware and does not feel within himself the love of God nor see the inner light which leads through the darkness to the eternal light beyond the shores of time in quiet contemplation. The farer. Cannot I feel and know that he is near, the while I turn the wheel or grind the grain? If he be Father God, is he not here? What then can I by such communion gain? The presence. Life is not lived outside the man, but in himself, and growth requires expansion of his consciousness. For life is consciousness, and in the soil of silence, knowledge grows. The wheel, the loom, sensations, feelings, all are instruments by which the soul unfolds. Yet keep thine aim, forget not these are seeds, lest worldly cares and your 10,000 needs crowd out the sun and overgrow with weeds. Be still until you hear no more the whirling wheel. Wait breathless in the silence, and you will pass beyond the reach of sound and sight. Nor cleave to mind or soul until you go behind the veil of outward thought into that holy place where you no longer feel that you are you and God alone is there and not beside exists. Then let him speak. The farer. Is there no more, no other words to say? Is this enough to carry through the day? The presence. Of every prayer, this is the inner part, but learn to hold it closely to thy heart. Each moment of the day you conquer fear by simple affirmation, God is here. As swift as sunshine in the mist that paints the sky with amethyst, so swift is faith to put to rout the hosts of evil, fear, and doubt. And lo, before your gladdened eyes, the minarets of paradise. Turn thou thy mind to God and good, affirm thy faith in fatherhood. Believe that heaven is now and here, and every good you seek is near. So near it fills you through and through, and thrills within the heart of you. You are in heaven, and no power can rob you of your glory hour. The world that lately seemed to tell a tale of evil and of hell, the world that broke your heart, no more shall knock upon your lonely door. Claim thou but this: I am in heaven, and all I ask is freely given. When earth's discordant voices are so mute, you cannot hear the pipings of the flute. Your soul will enter the silence profound and comprehend at last the soundless sound. Here take your rest and let faith play its part, and let it heal your wounds and fill your heart. For faith can serve the soul and heal all the pain, and bring the mind to peace and joy again. The life of man is measured by his soul, and victory is his who plays the role of faith. Then let your soul with hope expand. He can win with faith who first can understand. The Wayfarer. How can I grow in such capacities? The Presence. Rise up with prayer and calmly face the day with peaceful men and greet in cheerful way. Each one you meet, for he is part of you, act unto him as you would have him do. If he fails, let no offense be given. Affirm the healing words, I am in heaven. The common qualities, when fully grown, like seed in early springtime freely sown, will germinate and put forth root and leaves. Surviving storms, they bring at last the sheaves. Austere with self, indulgent with his friends, the steadfast mind is like the oak tree, bends, but does not break, and, standing straight and strong, commands the good, does not resist the wrong. Content to trust to laws of God and right, seeks no revenge, no devious ways of night. Alike in solitude or in the clamoring crowd, he neither meekly bends nor cries aloud. In no extremes of meekness nor of wrath, he walks serene along the middle path. Save when a pilgrim falls beside the road, he stoops to rise him up and bear his load. For he who shares his faith serves three: himself, his neighbor, and the eternal me. The Wayfarer. Oh, how great the power of faith! Is there another, or is this first and greatest of them all? The Presence. The greatest gift is love, for you can give, not asking a return. Who gives himself in love has given more than he who leaves at every door the food the hungry can devour, which fills the need but for the hour. While love shall guide until the shelf is loaded by the man himself. The Wayfarer. Will love indeed bring hope and faith? If it be so, I shall henceforth pour out my heart and soul with love so strong that men shall know I, the Presence. How swift and volatile you are! Beware, lest your essay to mint your love and then exchange it for the coin of faith and hope. Love does not barter, seeking for return, for love that gives contents itself to to give. The Farer. Then to what end is love if I gain not of faith and hope and as honest and in exchange? Good question. The Presence. Love is a virtue which itself rewards, for virtue is not something outward worn, but is a grace that will exalt the heart and clothe the humble in the garb of kings. Hold fast to love, for it alone expands the total man and places in his hands the power of all he is, the threefold man, that if he realize himself, he can create the qualities he yearns to feel, and what to him at first is but ideal, becomes the fruited harvest of the real. Have faith in this, that man could not conceive some non-existent thing you can achieve. The qualities of hope and faith, when you hold fast your dream and keep it close at view until it grows into the dreamed of goal and you have built a body for the soul. The Scribe. A glowing glory filled the Farer's heart. He improvised a song of adoration. The Farer. O God, fulfill in me thy dream and mold me to thy perfect plan. Make me the mirror of thy thought, thyself incarnate as man. Here in this world ringed round with doubt, with ever-changing form and face, may I become that which thou art, and be thy conscious dwelling place. Let me but body forth thy dream, thy price, thy high design since time began, that man ascend to be a god, and God descend to be a man. Well, that was chapter 3. And chapter 4 is going to be life and death. I mean, literally, life and death. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you that what I'm seeing in this, the way I'm trying to describe this is this is poetry where Fenwick and Ernest are coming together to kind of summarize what they have learned in a lifetime of science of mind. And I've seen it. I've seen a couple of lines, and wow. Because, I mean, there was a couple of moments where there was one where I literally stopped stunned and went, wow. And then there was another one where I was like, the Farer asked a question. I'm like, that's a good question. I would ask that question. So, the voice celestial. Yeah. Like, primer course in science of mind and poetry. I love this thing called you. I love the thing this called you. But I'm kind of really, really, really falling in love with this poem. Because like I said, he's summarizing the essence of science of mind. He's summarizing the essence of science of mind, and he's doing it in a conversation. I commend to you the voice celestial. All right. So we will pick up chapter 4 tomorrow, and see where it takes us, because this has been really amazing and epic, and I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a fall in love with poetry day, a learn something you didn't know day, a bundle up day, a drink plenty of water day, a cuddle your fur babies day, a tell somebody you love them day, a look in your eyes and see the presence looking back at you day, a wrap this week up day, a take care of yourself day, a take a break day, a do what you got to do day, a you got this day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, a beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right? Explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because I kind of think that's what the presence is talking about here, getting to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. It's all the divine knows. And from there, anything is possible. Anything at all. All right, beloveds. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. No, I get to go to the park tomorrow. Ooh, it's going to be cold, but I get to go to the park tomorrow. So I will see you between 9 and 9:15. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.